Good morning, students. Welcome to online classes of Sun Valley Public School. Today's topic is Social Studies, Chapter 2, Maps. Globes and maps. In the previous class, we have already studied about globe. A globe is a small model of the earth. A globe can represent the earth in the small and accurate way. It shows the distributions of land and water on the surface of the earth. We can also see the correct shape, size and location of the continents and ocean on the globe. However, it has several limitations. See the limitations, children. A large globe is difficult to carry. We cannot carry the large globe. Space is limited and details cannot be shown on a globe. It is not possible to make a globe for a part of the earth. Only one side of the earth can be seen at one time. To avoid these problems, we normally use map instead of globes. Maps. A map is a representation of the earth's surface or part of it on a flat surface. What is a map, children? A map is a visual representation of an entire part of an area. The word map has been derived from the Latin word mappo, which means a napkin. In olden days, most of the maps were drawn on animal skin or cloth. It is not possible to draw accurate maps. This is due to the fact that the curved surface of the earth cannot be made flat. The surface is curved. We cannot make it flat. Wrap a paper on a ball without creating wrinkles. Can you roll a paper on a ball without creating any wrinkles? No, it is not possible. Thus, a map cannot be fully accurate. However, the map showing a small area can be fairly accurate. Types of maps. A book of maps is called an atlas. When we turn its pages, we will find that there are several types of maps in it. Some of the maps are physical maps and political maps. Physical maps, which shows mountains, plateaus, plains, rivers and water bodies. Political maps, which shows the lines defining the boundaries of countries, states and their capitals. Besides this, there are maps that shows industries, populations, transport facilities and routes, minerals, crops, soils, natural resources, forests and wildlife. Elements of a map. Maps consist of certain elements. Some of them are direction, scale, colors and symbols. These elements are used to give us different bits of information about the map and the area it is covers. Once we understand these elements, we will be able to use the map meaningfully. Directions. The direction on the map are indicated by an arrow mark in the upper right hand corner. The arrow is upright and the tip of the arrow is marked with N. Can you see that mark, children? Arrow mark. It shows that north direction. It shows us the north direction. The four main directions can be shown on a map. The four main directions can be shown on the map. Look at the map. These are north, south, east and west. We can also mark subdivisions on a map. Between the north and the east lies the northeast. Between the north and the west lies the northwest. Between the south and the east lies the southeast. Between the south and the west lies the southwest. All maps follows the same method to show directions. Scale. Maps are smaller than the area they represent. There has to be some relationship between the map distance and the ground distance. There must be some relationship between map distance and the ground distance. This relationship is represented as the scale of the map. When the distance between two given points on the ground is measured, it is called the ground distance. What is ground distance, children? When the distance between two given points on the ground is measured, it is called the ground distance. The distance between the same 2 points on the map measured along a straight line, it is called map distance. The ratio between the map distance and the ground distance is called the scale of the map. Suppose the map distance between Delhi and Jhansi is 4 cm and the ground distance between them is 400 km. Then the scale is 4 cm is to 400 km or 1 cm is to 100 km. Colors. A variety of colors are used to show a variety of information on the map. Generally, maps follow a common scheme of colors. For example, on a physical map, water bodies are shown in blue color. Light blue is used to show shallow water and a darkest shade of blue for a deep water. Plains or lowlands are shown in shades of green color. Highlands are shown in shades of brown color. This color scheme is used for maps all over the world. To understand the color scheme, a key is given on the map. A key shows the height of the land or depth of water above or below sea level, as well as the color used to show them on the map. Look at the image, children, properly. You can see the lot of colors there. Means particularly 3 colors. That is, one is brown, green and blue colors. Okay. So blue color always it shows us the water bodies, and light blue is used to show shallow water and a darker shade of a blue for a deep water. Plains and lowlands are shown in the shade of green color, that green colors. Highlands are shown in the shade of brown. We are going to learn about symbols. To make it easier to show features and places on a map, certain standard symbols are used in the maps. A symbol is a shape or a sign that is used to represent something. For example, to show a temple in a map, we can just put a flag at that spot instead of writing the word temple. Symbols make it easier to read and understand a map. Points to recall. A globe can represent the earth in a simple and accurate way. However, it has several limitations. A map is a representation of the earth's surface or part of it. on the flat surface. Different types of maps are drawn to study different things. The directions on a map are indicated by an arrow mark in the upper right hand corner. The ratio between the map distance and the ground distance is called the scale of the map. A variety of colors are used to show a variety of information on the map. A symbol is a shape or a sign that is used to represent something. Look at this image, children. This is symbols used on maps. Can you see that? There are boundaries, roads, railways, water features, others. If you come to others, they have given us symbols. Example, temple, mosque, church. Can you see that images? So, we can just put a flag that can spot instead of writing the word temple. Symbols make it is easier to read and understand the map. Thank you, children. We'll meet you in the next class.